3 AI tools, 6 identical tasks, only one wins each, and the answer flips depending on what you actually do all day. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which of these 3 to pay $20 a month for, based on the work you do, not on a benchmark nobody runs in real life. If you've ever paid for the wrong AI subscription and felt it, hit like because this one's going to sting on the way to saving you money. Here's the trap. You're paying for one of these, maybe 2, maybe, and I've seen the Reddit screenshots, all 3 at once, $60 a month, because you never figured out which one was actually carrying your workflow. You picked yours 18 months ago, when one of these tools didn't even exist in its current form, and you never reevaluated. And the moment that's going to hurt is the moment you realize the model you've been fighting with for 6 months does the one thing you need worse than the one you canceled. So here's how we did this. And this matters because nobody on YouTube shows their work. We analyzed over 300 threads across r/artificial, r/ChatGPT, and r/AI tools from the last 90 days, pulling the 6 tasks people actually fight about in the comments, not the synthetic benchmarks. We cross-referenced every capability claim against each tool's published model specs and pricing pages. Where the community splits, we'll tell you it splits. This is appointment viewing. Every deep dive Thursday, we settle one argument the AI internet refuses to. 6 tasks. Let's go. Task 1. Long document reasoning. Verdict. Claude takes it. Across the r/artificial threads we analyzed, the single most repeated praise for Claude was sustained reasoning over long context. Users pasting entire contracts, code bases, and research PDFs, and getting answers that held the whole thing in frame. 3 data points. 1. Claude's published context window is among the largest of the 3, which is why I dumped my whole repo in shows up constantly in its favor. 2. Community consensus in r/AI tools leans Claude for, it didn't forget what I said at the top. 3. The most common complaint against it is rate limits on the lower tier, a usage cap, not a quality cap. Who this is for? Lawyers, researchers, developers, anyone whose work is a giant wall of text. Who should skip it? If your longest prompt is 2 sentences, you're paying for headroom you'll never touch. Task 2. Writing that sounds human. Verdict. Claude again, narrowly, with ChatGPT a real contender. The Reddit pattern is loud here. The phrase, less robotic, attaches to Claude more than the other 2 across the threads we pulled. Data points. 1. Complaints about the M-dash. The it's not just X, it's Y cadence. Cluster harder around ChatGPT output in r/ChatGPT's own threads. Its own users roast it. 2. Gemini gets praised for structure, dinged for stiffness. 3. This is taste, and taste splits. So this is the one to test yourself before you commit. Who this is for? Ghostwriters, marketers, anyone whose name goes on the words. Who should skip it? If you're writing internal Slack messages, literally any of the 3 is fine. Task 3. Code generation and debugging. Verdict. Split decision. Claude for explain and fix my existing code. ChatGPT for scaffold something new fast. Across our AI tools, the recurring split is exactly this. Claude threads over-index on, it caught the bug I'd been staring at for an hour, while ChatGPT threads over-index on speed and the breadth of its plugin and tooling ecosystem. Data points. 1. Claude wins the reads my whole file and explains why comments. 2. ChatGPT wins on ecosystem. More third-party tools wired into it. 3. Gemini trails in code-specific threads but is closing. Who this is for the Claude side. Maintainers debugging legacy code. The ChatGPT side. Builders spinning up greenfield projects. Who should skip both? If you don't code, this task doesn't move your decision. Task 4. Research with live information. Verdict. This is Gemini's task, with ChatGPT close. The single biggest pro-Gemini pattern in r/artificial is deep integration with Google's ecosystem and live search. Data points. 1. It pulled current info without me leaving the chat is a Gemini-leaning comment cluster. 2. Gemini's tie-in with search and workspace is its structural moat. The other 2 are renting that capability. Gemini owns it. 3. ChatGPT's browsing competes but draws more it hallucinated a source complaints in the threads we read. Who this is for? Analysts, students, anyone living in Google Docs and Gmail. Who should skip it? If you work air-gapped or never need today's information, this advantage is invisible to you. Task 5. Everyday speed and just answer me. Verdict. ChatGPT. For the highest volume use case, quick questions, quick reformats, quick drafts, ChatGPT remains the default people reach for, and the r/ChatGPT thread volume alone tells you about adoption and muscle memory. Data points. 1. It's the most discussed of the three by raw thread count in our poll. Distribution is a feature. 2. Its voice mode and app ecosystem get praised for friction-free daily use. 3. Its weakness is the one its own subreddit complains about, the default voice sameness in longer writing. Who this is for? The 90% who want one assistant for everything, fast. Who should skip it? Power users who've already specialized. Task 6. Price to value. Verdict. A three-way tie that breaks on your usage, not on a winner. All three premium tiers sit around the same monthly price point. The information is the verdict here. The cheapest plan is the one you'll actually open every day. Paying $20 for the tool you forget exists is the most expensive mistake in this entire category. Quick! Before the verdict, because this moves fast and you should not be taking notes. We built the AI Toolkit, 15 tools replacing entire job functions right now with the exact use case for each. It's free. It's at amadeffortless.com/toolkit, and it's the cheat sheet version of this whole comparison plus 12 more. Grab it, then come back for the call. FOMO close. Here's your decision. By who you are, no hedging. If you live in long documents, code you didn't write, or words with your name on them, get Claude Pro. It won the reasoning task and the human writing task, and that's the spine of serious knowledge work. If you want one fast assistant for everything, and you value muscle memory and the biggest ecosystem, get ChatGPT Plus. It owns daily speed and greenfield building. If you live inside Google, Docs, Gmail, search, current information all day, get Gemini Advanced. The integration is a moat the other two are renting. Direct links to all three are in the description. And here's the future pace. 6 months from now, the person who matched the tool to their actual work is the one who stopped paying for 2 subscriptions they never opened, while everyone else is still rage-canceling and resubscribing in a loop. Pick the one that won your task. Cancel the other 2 today. That settles the big 3. But there's one thing I didn't touch. The open source and local models that cost you nothing per month and are quietly catching up on 3 of these 6 tasks. Botley's been testing one of them. He thinks it's better than him. He may be right. That's episode 2. If this saved you from one wrong $20 subscription, the like button is right there. That's a $240 a year save minimum. Subscribe and you get episode 2. Free versus paid AI, the local model that beat a $20 tool the day it drops. The toolkit's at amadeffortless.com/toolkit. This is AI Tool Wars. We do this every deep dive Thursday.